Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to Gyan Trishna platform. We are back with the series What to Read in Today's Newspaper. So, today is 10th February 2022, and these are some of the important news which are in the Hindu today. First of all, on page 1, you will find scientists set new record in fusion energy. Then on page number 5, you have one coastal vulnerability assessment which has been carried out by INCOIS. Then on page number 5 also you have one very important news related to ISRO. So ISRO is going to launch a new satellite on 14th Feb, and that again you can see. Then on the editorial page, we have one very important editorial today, and that is it's time to take a relook at privatization. Now, you know that a lot of debate has been going on related to privatization in the last 2 3 years. A lot of PSUs are being now privatized. So, this one editorial is very important. Then on page number 10, we have another article that says India bans drone import to help domestic sector. So that is a policy change, again an important news. Then again on page 11, you have one article related to international relations, and that is Quad ministers set to meet in Australia. So Quad has become it has got quite limelight in the past few years, and this news is again important. Then on the special page of the Hindu text and context, you have one very important explainer series which is understanding the new central media accreditation guidelines. So we are going to see what to read in these news articles one by one. Let's first start with the first news, that is scientists set new record in fusion energy. Now in this news you can read about, first of all, what is this fusion energy all about, okay, how it is going to produce, or what is the fuel which is going to be needed here. Then it will also tell you about the efficiency of fusion energy in comparison to the fossil fuels. Like you can see here, a kilogram of fusion fuel contains about 10 million times as much energy as a kilogram of coal, oil, or gas. It also talks about what are the fuel which is used in fusion energy, and then one very important organization, ITER. Now here it is also mentioned here, it is also involved in the same process, and India is also a member. So again, you can read about this organization, who are the other members, what is their main aim, although the aim is also given here, what it is trying to do. So this is the first news on page 1. Then on page 5, you have one coastal vulnerability assessment which has been carried out by INCOIS. So you can read about, although this is not something which you have to note it down, just go through it and see what is given there. How many coastal city of India is affected, how much percentage of their coastal area is affected. It is all given here. So you can just go through this news, and while you are writing something for disaster management, or you are writing something related to climate change, there you can use these facts. Okay. Now on the same page you have another article that ISRO is going to launch a new satellite. Now what you have to read in this news article, first of all, what would be the satellite, how it will be launched. So you have to see what are the launch vehicles. Okay, what would be its primary function, the satellite, primary function of the satellite, what it would do, and then at the same time you have to also see in which orbit it is going to be placed. Okay, so launch vehicle, the function of the satellite, and the orbit in which it is going to be placed. Okay, so basically just go through this article and read more about launch vehicle, because this is one area where they can ask you question. They can also ask you question related to orbits. So these two areas are very important. You can link it with the static part and then read about it. Moving on, on the editorial page, we have a very important editorial today. It's time to take a relook at privatization. Now, in this editorial, there is how the privatization is not helping or what are the challenges of privatization. It is mentioned here. You can see multiple facets of multiple challenges related to privatization is mentioned in this article. So this again in GS paper 2 you have this governance thing and government policies are there. Now in that privatization is also a policy of government. So what are the challenges or what we should keep in mind while we are going for privatization? This will give you a whole lot of different points which you can use in your mains answer. So just go through it, and it also talks about some examples from China. So this is also providing you an alternative, an example, a case study which you can use in your answers. So that is again one thing. Then on page number 10, you have one important article. India banned drone import to help domestic sector. Now here this is a policy measure and a very significant one. So what you have to do, first look out what actually has been said by the government. Then why it has been done, what is the motive of the government behind it, and at the same time in this article itself you will find what are the other schemes related to drones. The government has been promoting these drones in India. Okay, there is production linked incentive scheme also. Okay, and then liberalization was also there. But same time here, if you see India bans the drone import, it's not that everything has been banned. There are certain exceptions as well. So in this article, when you are going through it, find out what are those exceptions, what is allowed and what is not allowed. So again, an important article. Then to the international relation part, we have one article today. Quad minister set to meet in Australia. Now, in this entire article, it's not like you will get something very concrete, but at the end of this article, you will find what the Quad ministers have been doing so far. In the beginning, these three paragraphs, you will find that mostly it is about what India has said, what Australia has said, what China has said, but nothing concrete comes out of it. But in the end of this article, you will find what actually Quad has done so far, what they have planned for, what is their future ambitions. These all are mentioned here, so you can read in that. Then on the text and context page of Hindu, you have a very important explainer today that is related to central media accreditation guidelines. A few days ago, we have seen that in the newspaper, and now it has been given in an explainer series. So what you have to do, first of all, see what is this all about, what it aims to do, what are these guidelines, how it is different from the past, and why it is a matter of concern. Then in the same series, in the same explainer series, you will also get to know how the journalists get accredited and the previous history of control over media that is also highlighted in this article. So again, an important series. Just go through the newspapers and read all about them. In a few, like in this and in the editorial page, you can also make notes, but make it crisp. Okay. So thank you everyone, and you can join us on our Telegram Gyan Trishna channel. The link is also given in the description. Have a good day ahead. Thank you everyone.